415. I'm just going to wait for people to join. Dum dum dum. New channel. Live stream. Is there anybody out there? Anybody watching? Oh, yes, we do. Hey, Sandy. By the way, I have your email. I haven't been able to open it and read it yet. I'll explain in a minute. Hey, Anna Karen. Hey, Patsy and Heather. Hey, Peggy. Sorry, I wasn't able to schedule this one. All sorts going on. I'll tell you in a moment. Hi, Cheryl, Charlotte, Marie, and Kay. Catherine's coming in from Facebook as well. Hey, Catherine. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So I have my symphony out today. Hi, Kathleen. Okay.
Hello, people. I'm here.
Yeah, Andy's here. Lauren is also here too, although she's probably about to get plumbed into her earphones. How are we all doing this evening? Are we all okay?
How are you all doing?
Hey, Maddie. Hi, Viv.
You getting the bell out ready?
Oh, let me just move that back a bit because it's going crackers with zooming.
Has it got the zoom in?
Yeah, focusing.
Has it got the zoom in?
Something like that. This phone has had the systems had done a firmware update today, so. Charlotte also stitching on Symphony, but now eating strawberries. Lovely. Yep, this one is now focused for a finish, and once I complete to the end here, we will be at 25%. Even though it's not the least amount of stitches. Sorry, the least amount of percentage, it's the least amount of stitches. Patsy, my hands are both killing me. What you done? How come, Patsy? Please tell me it's something great like slapping stupid people. Just kidding. No, seriously, what have you done? Hey, Claire. Been painting all week. Oh.
Seems legit.
Heather's stitching on Christmas Down by Carla Gerard. Stitches so beautiful, just 4.92% in. Oh, lovely. If you reach 5% on the stream, let me know. The bell will be rung. What's everybody else working on? So, as you guys can see, it's Symphony all the way for me now. What's out on your guys' frames and hoops and so on? Hey, Sharon. Cheryl's busy working on a Disney cross stitch. Cool, cool. It's coming on a treat, that. June Bug Whip 4K, which is is it the Dragon Eye one that I saw earlier? Your Dreams, says Peggy, full coverage. Patsy's just painting one of her rental properties for a new tenant. Why do they never clean the thing before they move out? Oh. Elephant Puzzle, Adrian Chesterman for Sandy there, 6.25%. Viv's picked up a diamond painting tonight, got a bit of a flu, so not feeling so good. Celtic Fuchsia, Heaven and Earth design for Sharon. Disney Montage, 740,000 stitches. So just a small one there for you, Claire. Yeah. I've had a 360,000 stitches into mine, into my rotation. I haven't done 360,000. I wish. The old craft room for Patsy. Kay is working on roses, closing in on 90%. Ah, cool. Let us know if you get to 90%. And Catherine is busy working towards 75% on London. Over on Facebook. So and Tell thread is open, by the way, in the group. If you've not stuck something on, please do so. Don't forget. And we'll be going So and Tell at around 8:15 as usual. I think the firmware update has done this camera some good. Looks nice and clear, doesn't it? Anna Karen stitching on Junebug, Mini, White Magnolia, Marianne Broom. Lovely. Maddie has not been working on anything. Walking on a brisk walking today, as it's more beneficial than regular 13,000. 93 minutes speed walking and 123 minutes total the rest walking around the house. Ah, cool. Yeah, it is, isn't it, Patsy? I'm quite impressed. It feels weird doing a rotation after monogamous May, says Kay. Yep, I can imagine. You see that Crafty Gaming Jamie did a monogamous May as well and managed to finish her little gamer. That's awesome. Not long in, I put a grand total of 5 stitches in today. Blimey. Busy then, Patsy. Juno had her x-rays yesterday and has been accepted by a specialist vet, having a consultation tomorrow. Fingers crossed for her, Kay. Fingers crossed it all goes well. I have been busy today. I only finished work about, 45 minutes, an hour ago?
Yeah.
We're stupidly busy again at the moment. We're always stupidly busy at the moment. I don't think... Last time we were quiet was the week between Christmas and New Year. I'm delivering training and trying to sort of keep up with all of that. And then, because we're behind, we're busy working extra to try and catch up. So I only finished work about 45 minutes ago. I did start my new start this morning though, and filmed it on A Stitch With Me, ready for Saturday. And you'll see it on Sunday, because it'll be out on the live stream on Sunday. Viv's been off sick today. I don't blame you, Viv. If you're not feeling right, no point in flogging yourself at work, is there? Job will still be there when you're feeling better, won't it? Ah, you after a sneak peek, Patsy? I'm just adding my thread over as well. Okay, yes indeed. Right, so let me show you a little sneak peek of how Rivendell Castle is going, which was voted as my new start. Well, I say voted, the spinning wheel decided, didn't it? There's no voting for it really. So I've put in so far 500 stitches, and the way I'm working it is typewriter method, 100 stitch wide columns, bit like how I'm doing the well, most of my square pieces actually, but where there's a blended color, I am fully working in all of that thread because I don't want, or parking it because I don't have thread cards ready as yet for scraps of blended colors to be loaded onto. So let me just shift that out of the way. Oh, slipper's falling off. So I'm doing this 2/1 on some 20 count, and that is my start top load. And I don't know if you can see there are some greens and browns in it, and there's quite a lot of blended colors. So I started obviously with this stitch here, went along, next stitch went along, and just sort of filled in. This is because it was a blended color, so I've just used it all up, so I'm not parking anything on this. But yeah, quite happy with it. So there's lots of greens and browns in it at the moment. Greens, browns, blacks, greys, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's coming along. Hey Enid. Oh, got my sloth jammies on because they're nice and warm. You know me, I feel the cold perpetually. So, and yeah, it's stitching up really nicely. You know, when you start stitching something and you just think, yeah, I can stitch on this all week. It's one of those. Hey Christine. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Sunday and picking it up again. It'll be quite cool. But yeah, it's just another 360,000 stitches added. Only a few. I'll have it done by tea time.
Sorry, did you
I was saying only another 360,000 stitches. I'll have it done by tea time.
I'm sure you will. You're good at that.
I try. I try my best. I'm looking forward to seeing it come on. Me too, Patsy, me too. You know, some of these bigger pieces, I'm almost tempted to do, what I did with Night Cafe, but I'd love to do it with all of them. I just would. I haven't got a piece that I don't look forward to stitching on. If you had to back me into a corner and say, is there any piece you're not enjoying as much as the others? The only one is Magpie, believe it or not. I'm not enjoying Magpie as much as the others, and I'm not quite sure why. I think it's because I've hit a patch of light colours on it at the moment. So, but really, I don't want work to get in the way of my stitching. It'd be nice, wouldn't it, if stitching could be a full-time job. Sadly, it can't. I still have to go and earn a living elsewhere. You should rotation on your spare stitch Saturday, give each one a month of stitching. Yeah, I could do that, although I've been caught up so much on Night Cafe, I don't want it to slip too much. Night Cafe is definitely a piece that I want to finish, you know, in 991,000 stitches, you know. Viv says need to work out a proper rotation. Yeah. Rotations differ and vary so much. I mean, the way I do it works for me. And Tine Stitching Baps is doing a little bit of an adaptation of my rotation for herself, which is lovely, you know. I mean, if it works, great. And of course, Ebony, we know Ebony's using the same method that I do as well, so. But for other people, rotation stitching just doesn't work at all. It's one of those things. It's a bit weird, isn't it? You know, it depends on your feelings about it's time to do this now, rather than the option of what shall I work on? What shall I work on? Could you just not map them and work around them for now? I could. But, you know, really what I want to do is retire. Jane just finished the tidy of the sewing room. Now to sit back and sew. Cool. You enjoy, Jane, my lovely. Hey, Kelly. Hello, Stitches. How's everyone doing today? Almost noon for her. And how's Henry sitting right next to her? Cool. I'm good, thank you, Kelly. How are you doing? I hope you are doing just fine and dandy. Maddie, I got a new kit, Aurora Cabin by Dimensions. I'm looking forward to starting it. Yeah. The Aurora Cabin, the Dimensions. So I think I've seen Stitchy Witch has done that one. Of course, the Dimensions, you've got 2 strands, 3 strands, 4 strands, half stitch, cross stitch, back stitch, you know, anywhere you want, really. So yeah, just you know, make sure that you capture all the different styles on the key. Oh, it sounds like Kay's working a similar rotation too, but with an extra switch with the Haid Sal. Cool. Viv's trying to focus on Pale Elf and finish it next year. I just need more stitch time and a less stressful job. Snap. I got quite frustrated today, I'm not ashamed to admit. I was just one of those days where I just felt like I was treading water. I couldn't get anything done. I just, you know, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get anything up because somebody wanted me. There was a message, there was an email, there was a referral, there was just, oh, and you just think, oh, go away. Hey, Tracy. Maddie, it's got blended and 6 strands sometimes, but looking forward to doing it. Yep. Oh, I'm sorry, Patsy. I'm giving you anxiety again. Awake. Wait till you see me sat in person next year at the retreat. Heather says, yep, less stressful job, please. Yep. I'm looking forward. I'm off for a week, not next Monday, the Monday after, so coincides for when Lauren finishes school. I'm off work for a week. I'm quite looking forward to it. I get that, says Viv, so much. Yeah, you know, it just feels like I and then I was doing some overtime tonight, and it's a bit hard to explain because I can't really talk about what I do. But if somebody makes a change, there's a couple of actions that they need to do, and then they refer it to me to complete another action, which has to be repeated. And the amount of people that cannot do the basic their part of it, you know, and the last task that I was working, I had to sort of bounce between 2 profiles, between a standard and an administrator profile, to action stuff off because I couldn't get, you know, the case that I was working on moving forward. And I was just so frustrated. And I'm sat in the dining room, I'm shouting my head off, and Annie's like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "Well, I would be if people could do their flaming job properly." So Lauren's sat in here watching WWE, and she's like, "Oh, it's clobbering time, da 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 da," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, I'll be clobbering these support officers that can't do their flipping job properly if they carry on doing what they're doing today." Oh, it made me so cross. You know, I pride myself on doing my job correctly, work hard at it. You know, I have been known to work 7 days a week, and I'm quite dedicated to what I do, and it just so annoys me so much when people just think they can cut a corner and it's, "Oh, it'll be all right, somebody else will pick it up." I'm glad I'm finally retired, says Peggy. Yeah, just had a week off, says Viv, but it was so busy. Yes, mine's going to be busy as well. Yeah, I've got some plans. You're a spy. Yes, I am. MI5. MI6 or whatever. You know, I don't even know what name of organisation I work for. That's how good I am. Oh, that's a nightmare, says Maddie. I'd hate that. Yep, I do. And trust me, tomorrow morning when I log back in, because I was doing my overtime, of course, all these people responsible were not in. When I log back on in the morning, words will be had. You know, and it will be sort your SH1T out, because I ain't clearing up after you. Next time, you're just getting it back to do it properly. Instead of wasting my time, you can spend your time repeating what or doing what you should have done in the first place. Annoying. I bet I didn't say flaming. No, I certainly did not. Let me put it this way. I think it's been a while since I turned the air blue like that. All of 10 minutes from Andy's little giggle there, but no, but seriously, yes, I did turn the air quite blue. But yeah, it's just lazy people. It does my head in, you know. When you work hard at your job and you want to do it properly, well, shouldn't everybody? You go into work to do the job to the best of your ability, because that's what you get paid for. I hated it when people refused to type in the dog grooming, and the next time the owner came in, I would look and no notes, and they want the same as last time. That was the worst. Yes. And yeah, I agree there, Maddie, what you say. Notes are key. Absolutely. It doesn't matter what industry you're working in, what you do. Communication is vitally important. And if you do not, if you're doing your job so the next person comes in and is able to pick up exactly where you left off, great. But if you're not, you're an idiot. So there we go. That's just me. I get annoyed quite easily, quite loudly. What colour am I doing here? Let's touch a 317. Too bad you are dealing with the ID10T error. Yes, that's it. And then I had to make a referral myself today, because, you know, when you're working in any job, before you approve or anything, you say, what's the risk? And I was on a Zoom call for about 20 minutes arguing about risk today. I do babysit my clients sometimes. They understand questions when people are new to cruise or whatever, but if you've cruised 15 times, then just tell me book this and I will do it. Yeah. Hey, Singer. Yeah, communication is vital, but must also be honest and accurate. Yeah, if the next person coming in can pick up where you left off, as far as I'm concerned, you've done a good job. And I leave my work, so if I wasn't in tomorrow, then anybody could go and pick up where I left off. They could just carry on the list. They know exactly where we stood. You know, in the email account, spreadsheets and stuff. They'd know exactly what's what. Kind of pride myself on that. Oh. I had an argument with that about GDPR yesterday with someone who hates that excuse. Well, GDPR is important. Yeah, it was like DPA, the Data Protection Act preceding it was important. And, you know, if people can't get that, well, then more fool them. GDPR protects people. And a lot of people just don't realise that, do they? Yes, it's frustrating at times. Yes, it's annoying, especially when you really, really need to know something and you won't get told. But there's legal recourse to it. I used to work as a CSR for Sky 25 years ago, and it was sales reps putting invalid codes in and having to figure out how to fix it. So that the customer paid what they were told they would pay. Yeah. That's just sloppy workmanship, isn't it? I've got a cousin who works for Sky. In fact, was one of my old school friends. She's a operations manager for Sky. Because there's a big Sky offices in Sheffield. They don't have, well, they do. They have a lift. I think the offices are 4 floors. I think it's in the Sky building. They have a lift. They have flights of stairs, and they also have an indoor slide, like a helter-skelter. So you can leave the office in style. And at my work, the legal recourse generally stops with me. Yeah, that's the thing. But somebody will always argue with you about it. I'm pretty sure, Viv. Because GDPR used to cause more arguments when I worked for a gas and electricity company that I worked for. GDPR used to cause more arguments than I don't know what. Or make someone else leave in style. I think the Sheffield office was opened after I left. Yeah, I don't think it's been there terribly long. A good thing I did my bike ride earlier, says Kelly. It's getting windy and overcast. We've had wonky weather the last few days. It's been a bit weird. We've had sunshine 1 minute, chucking it down the next. You know, we got up, was it yesterday morning, and it felt like middle of winter.
Yeah.
Most annoying. The weather needs to sort out what it wants to do. Oh, I'm on my soapbox today, aren't I?
You're fine.
I've been dealing with it since it was brought in, and yes, this weather's terrible. Yeah, it's just weird. You know, I mean, I saw on my Facebook memories there was actually a June a few years ago. I was still wearing my winter coat. I used to be a CSR for a telephone company, so many quick calls with issues, and all I had to do was power cycle their phone. I think that falls under the people stupid headline. Yeah, I think everybody that does that, you know, the problem can be solved by turning it off and turning it back on again. It should be issued with a Nokia brick.
I like that.
And made to have it.
Have it.
Have it.
Have it.
Yep, a Nokia brick and made to have it, and carry that. I tell you what, you wouldn't slip that in your bloody back pocket. Put it in a bag, it'd be like carrying weights around. Been sunny with a good breeze last couple of days, says Kelly. Should be sunny and warm. 27 on Saturday, the father-in-law's birthday. Ah, that sounds nice. Have you got any plans, Kelly? It's a soapbox kind of day, says Viv. If you can't put on to your pals, says Patsy, when can you? Yeah. No, it's not really moaning. It's just more like I've got my ranty pants on. I I had to leave because my mental health took a beating. I loved that job. It was the management that sucked. Often is, you know, and you can't get decent productivity out of your staff if you're rubbish as a manager. My managers, I've got a manager, a direct manager, and then obviously there's her manager who I am also liaising quite a lot with at the minute because it's her that's asked me to do this training. And my manager's manager is wonderful. My manager's really good as well, but you know, my manager's wonderful. I mean, when I had my mammogram, she said, you know, you're not taking it as holiday time. This is important. Because I said to her, I'm happy to take it as holiday time because I'd had a lot of time off from my dental. She's like, no, you're not. You know. And, you know, she was proper caring and asking about me and this, that, and other, which is lovely. You know, and I don't mind, you know, going above and beyond, because when you've got a nice manager who respects you and wants to get the best out of you and wants you to be your best, you know, I think that's it, it's so uplifting. And I know I'm really lucky. Funniest call was my friend got a call from someone in Florida during hurricane because their phone wasn't working. She told them to go outside to see if the reception was better. Last seen blowing across the Everglades. Landing at Disney World. I know nothing about geography in Florida, by the way. That's the way it should be, said Patsy. Yes, I agree. And that's why I love the job that I'm in at the minute. I might moan and gripe that it's busy, but I actually love it because I'm respected. And they know that if they ask me to do something, I'll do it. A good manager shouldn't ask you to do a task they wouldn't do themselves. Yes, spot on. Never, ever ask anybody to do anything that you wouldn't do yourself. Now, that is really bad form. You know, managers should work together and bring people together cohesively, not create barriers. And, you know, if they're unwilling to do a task themselves, then how should they expect other people to do it? I know, I mean, I worked in care homes, you know, when me and Andy first got together. And I also worked in care homes way back when, before children. And managers used to get involved. You know, if they needed on care, they used to come and get involved. You know, so, yeah, never ever ask anybody to do something you wouldn't do yourself. And when you're up to your elbows in old people, join the dots. It doesn't matter what label you've got on your badge. They need your help. There's not enough good companies that care, and not enough companies that care. That's true, Sandy, very true. I mean, business is a business. They're in business to make money. Any business that's not in business to make money is a charity. But if you don't look after the people you work for, if your rate of people leaving, if your attrition rate is high, doesn't tell you an awful lot of good things about the business, does it? Hi all, says Michelle. I'm here but not here, listening while I cut out images printed for minders and frost rings. Ah, cool. Welcome, Michelle. Are you okay? Got everything crossed for you tomorrow. Or is it tomorrow that you're seeing the big man? I did saw something about it earlier, but I didn't take notice of the day. I'm really sorry. Used to be an admin assistant, said Enid, and I regret it. I went to college for a year and the pay wasn't good. Never increased, but my workload did. When I stopped that line of work, I was doing the work of 3 for the pay of 1. Yeah, that's unfair, that, Enid. It's people who you know that you just do it without. I mean, I'm one of them people that says no, it's too much, and I have done recently. You know, people said, "Oh, can you do this? Can you do that? Have you got capacity to do it?" And I'm like, "Nope. Off you pop. Go and ask somebody else." Be back in a few minutes. Going to get some lunch before so and tell. No worries at all, Kelly. Let me know when you're back. About 1:15, I'm going to do it. How many times can you say business in one sentence? How many do you want? Because I can say the word business in as many businessy sentences as you business-like want, Patsy. 9 a.m. in the morning, says Michelle. Yes, trying to keep your mind off things and keep yourself busy. Yeah, cool. So, yeah, that's where I would be doing too. And fingers crossed for a really good night's sleep for you tonight. Where's that? What? Number 4. 2 strands of it, I think. And I'm going to top up my master set as well the week that I am off, because it's getting a bit light in places. The accountant at the business I last worked at was surprised I lasted a whole year. No one lasted that long in their position. She even said it was doing the workload of 3 people. Oh, heck. Dog type. That dog's keen to chat, Maddie. Knock the phone out of your hand. Oh. I hated my boss, a narcissistic, egocentric demigod type that schooled me on my facial expression. I'd have schooled him and all. Patsy nearly fell off a chair laughing. Watch, there'll be more than your hands hurt if you carry on with that, Patsy. Right, do you want to hear how Nicola managed to embarrass herself in Asda the other day?
I'm sure they would love to hear it, sweetheart.
I'm sure. So, Nicola has cousins. Cousins she doesn't see very often. Cousins from Dad's side of the family. Cousins that, although I obviously recognise them and I know who they are. Hey, Ashley. I know who they are. There are 2 of my cousins that look very, very alike. They could have been sisters. They could have been almost twins. And the difference between them is that one of them still has their mum and the other one does not. So, cue Nicola walking round Asda's, bumps into my cousin and says, "How's your mum?" And she says, "You are." I'd picked their cousin whose mum has been dead for 23 years, wanting the ground to open up and swallow me up. And I said, "I am so sorry. It's because you and my other cousin are so alike. It's like the lines are blurred." And luckily she was all right, but I just wanted the ground to open up and swallow me. I felt like such a prat. Yeah. I mean, I think she saw not the funny side, but I think she saw what I meant. She understood that I'd just, mixed her up with my other cousin. I said to her, "It's because you're so alike." And she went, "Well, yeah." I went, "Yeah, but I feel like a right tit now." But we still had a good natter and a catch up, and I found out about a few family members. And I don't know if you guys remember my cousin who passed away at the end of 2023. I think I might have said about it a while back. He had pancreatic cancer. I think it was pancreas or liver, one or the other. And my cousin, this was his sister who I'd seen in Asda, and she's one of 6. And she hadn't seen what she was telling me. She hasn't seen one of her sisters since the funeral, which I think is really sad. It's about 18 months. And they live in the same town, and it's not like me here and my sister up in, Dumfries. It's not Dumfries, Castle Douglas. You see, that's me getting mixed up with Sarah. Long time ago, says Enid, I yanked on some lady's hair thinking she was my acquaintance wearing a wig. Looked identical and were not related. I was mortified. I can imagine. I've done that, said hello to somebody and they've not, they're like, "Who the hell are you?" And I'm like, "You're not so-and-so, are you?" I think we've all done something like that. I remember chasing somebody down in a train station thinking that there was somebody that I knew, and it turned out to be somebody completely different. Although they just looked like... I have a habit of finding people's blooming doppelganger, me. I think the colour drained from my face and kind of ran away. Yeah, I bet. Oops, that sounds like we will be on Friday. We're going to Ian's uncle's funeral. He said there will be cousins he hasn't seen for ages that we won't know names of. Yeah. Trick is, let them come up and speak to Ian. And it's, hello, how are you, mate? You know, that kind of thing. But yeah, I think as families get older, I think we only see each other at weddings and funerals now. Unfortunately, there's more of the latter than the former. So he's dreading having to introduce me and getting names wrong. All he needs to do is say, this is my wife, Michelle. And then let them say hello to you. Then you can say, and you are? Pretend you're the royalty there, Michelle, can't you? According to my friends and random people, I have more than one doppelganger. I've never met the others. Ooh. I don't think I have a doppelganger. I didn't think they brought the mould when they made me. I think they blooming shattered it and spread it across the four corners of the earth. What do you say, Andy?
Yeah.
It's a bit like that triangle in Tomb Raider movies. There's bits of my mould scattered all over the flipping shop, buried so that you can't find them. Yeah, you definitely don't want more than one of me. Excuse me. Who's ever picked up the wrong trolley at the supermarket or put shopping into somebody else's trolley thinking it was yours? I've done that. Both of those things. In fact, I've been talking away to somebody because there's been a trolley behind me. I've been talking away and then I've turned around expecting to see Andy pushing the trolley. And it turned out to be some complete stranger. And Andy's 2 aisles behind. Done that. Just talking about embarrassing moments, Kelly. I got my cousins mixed up and asked about my cousin's dead mum. How is your mum? Yeah, dead. Still dead. 23 years and counting. That's my favourite thing to do when shopping. Putting random stuff in people's trolleys. I've got in the wrong car. I don't think I've ever done that. I think my mum did it once. I'm pretty sure my mum did it once. Have you ever got in the wrong car?
Huh?
Have you ever got in the wrong car? Tried to open the
No.
wrong car or anything like that?
No.
My husband and his best friend were wearing the same colour shirt at pool the other night, and I said, good thing you're not wearing the same colour pants or I'd be smacking the wrong bottom. Brilliant. Michelle's missing a lot of the chat. It keeps freezing as hubby's recording a football match off YouTube. Our goddaughter's just been promoted and can now referee first and second division games. Oh, that's brilliant. Wonderful. I clicked when I saw my husband laughing his head off one car down. Mum was very surprised. It's going to fast track course to the FA's doing so she can referee Premier games. Oh, that's wonderful, Michelle. I can hear myself in the headphones. Or is it yours? Might be yours. Hey, Mona. How are you today? I've sometimes seen men that greatly resemble my husband, but usually they are too tall or short or overweight. Daughter's dad tried to open the wrong car because he'd just changed it. We were at Asda and the car next to ours was the same model and colour as his old one. Yeah. I have had a few times where I've completely forgotten where I've parked the car. You know, forgotten which level of the car park that we were on or something like that. That's quite fun. Yes, I can imagine, Michelle. I'd be proud too. My husband's fighting to keep his weight down. It's Herculean. He used to be extremely obese. Ah, that's good on him. Oh, are we ready for a bit of show and tell?
Yeah.
Me and my mum have been mistaken as sisters 30 years apart. Yeah, Hannah and Lauren often are because they're so alike. And there's 7 years between them. And Lauren has been classified as the older one once or twice. Parked my car in a strange town and couldn't find it when I went to get back in it, so reported it as stolen. Oh, wait, Andy. Right, let's have a jingle when you're ready, my dear.
Yeah, you can come in.
So gather round, it's your time to show. Every cross stitch, every row. So when tell your art will shine bright.
And then you got pulled over, Sandy, awake.
It's your time to show. The world of needle, everything's to find. Your story stitch by stitch by stitch. So when tell what creativity's grown.
Okay, let's get some show and tell action going. Oh, that looks clearer as well, doesn't it? I'm super happy with the update that's gone on this phone today, I tell you. Come on, load tablets. There we go. Okay. The oldie face of book. Simply a Stitcher and Friends. I haven't stopped laughing for about 10 minutes. Good. Take your mind off your sore hands. Okay, let's take a look and see what you guys have been working on. I did put a photo in the thread, but I did update my comment in the Sal event with a new photo. Oh, cool. No, I don't want to send it somewhere. I want to open it. You silly thing. Oh, dear, excuse me. Okay. Right. Okay. So, let's have a look. My keyboard. Okay, so Tori is busy working on Boots and Flowers. Lars Stewart, Heaven and Earth Design, 28 count, 1/1 full cross. And we have reached 86% complete. So I think we can have a little jingle for that. So, yeah, it's looking great. Still just got that little patch to do. Okay. And I think I might have to reboot this tablet tonight. And Tori has provided us with a mock-up. So as you can see, we've just got mainly the black boots to do. I can't speak. I've still got my teeth in. Okay. Next one is Kay. Completed 3,000 stitches on her new start this afternoon. So 3,015 out of 486,500. So we could have a tingling for 3,000 stitches. So now switching back to the Haid Sal for 1,000 stitches. But this is the 2 dancing peacocks that Kay has started for her. One of her birthday, I think it's her birthday month piece or one of her birthday month pieces. Okay. And here is the mock-up. 2 dancing peacocks, Max Colours, Oleg Gavrilov, Head and Earth Design. So 700 wide, 695 high. and 239 colours. Wow. And then Kate is back to working on the Haid Sal, 48,002 stitches out of 53,909. Van Gogh's Roses, 18 count, easy count, Ada, CXC, 1/1 full cross. And Kay just says there in the chat, she's up to 434 stitches on roses today. Awesome stuff. And here is the mock-up for roses. So yeah, Van Gogh, Haid Sal. And then Kay, here's 100% on parts 1 and 2 of the Haid Bunny Sal. Look at this little bunny. Isn't it so cute? It's adorable. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Absolutely fabulous. Charlotte is busy stitching on Symphony. Although Charlotte's working the top right as I'm working the top left. Okay. And it was counting my stitches on the right side and it was good, but then in the middle, apart from the B, I forgot a whole row. We're ripping and stitching the missing stitches and then the rest back into it. Not really fun. Oh, bless you, Charlotte. So Michelle is saying there that she won't be here, but it turns out she's telling us a porcupine because she's here in the chat. Okay, looks like Joyce has finished page 15 of her Chris Dunn piece. This is for her grandbaby to be, and it's looking awesome. Okay. Viv is working on a stamped kit here from Oraloa. No clue how many stitches, but it's plodding along. Oh, Senga's bees on its way. Good, good. Oh, I had another update from Glenn today as well. A more in-depth email from him. He's going to be looking at options about packaging these kits. I actually saw on another floss tube today somebody with one of these kits, and it does again as well look a little bit crushed. But it's not a great impression, is it? But, you know. But Glenn's taken the feedback, which is all I can ask. So yeah, that is the mock-up. Kit includes everything you need. Pre-printed fabric, 14 count by the look of it, 40 by 40 centimeters, or almost 16 by 16 inches. So yeah, there's Viv's kit. Susan says she won't make the live stream, up to elbows in grandkids and making a tie quilt with Riley today. Isn't she just the cutest? Hey, Laurie. Oh, you're all right. We're all busy. We're a cute little thing there, Susan. And it's nice to see children get stuck into crafting, isn't it? Okay, Elephant Puzzle, Adrian Chesterman, Painfree Crafts, 1/1 easy count. Sandy is busy working on this one. 11,845 stitches out of 189,630, or 6.25%, and it's looking wonderful.
Is that one about?
No, we're not. There's not any particular milestone on that, but it just looks awesome. Okay, Sandy has shared us the mock-up, and there you can see an elephant with lots of scenery and animals from Africa. Anna Karen, she says, thinks she almost recognizes this motif. 65.21% done on Symphony. It's looking super. Looks like Anna Karen is doing a bit of colour completing. Big spot on my arm. It's annoying me. Okay. Sharon is being lazy and not removing from the Q-snap. I don't blame you. Second corner completed, now working towards the third corner. And Sharon has reached 60.
Sorry, I'm trying to
60.95% on her Celtic fuchsia. Okay. And Sharon has shared the mock-up. This is glorious, this. I'd be tempted myself if I didn't have so many. There we go. 350 by 350 stitches and 90 colours. Okay. Patsy is busy working on the old craft room, Heaven and Earth design. Chira Marchetti stitched on some 20 count Ada 2/1 at 7.6%. Stunning, stunning. I'm just loving how these are all looking, and you know, seeing the progress week on week, it's lovely. I really, really enjoy it. And Patsy has shared a mock-up, and as you can see, we're in this top corner here, so there's lots to go. Yeah, progress is progress. Somebody said on the Haid group yesterday, I think it was, oh, I've only done such and such amount of stitches since I started. And I said, you know, stitches are stitches, and one stitch done is one stitch less to do. You know, it's meant to be a joy, isn't it? Jennifer's working on Treasures of the Sea artwork, Oleg Gavrilov again. Heaven and Earth design, 18 count easy grid Ada. 2/1 full cross, and she's at 38.87%, 74,680 stitches out of 192,150. So that is looking awesome. And Jennifer has shared the mock-up. Yeah, this one's such a pretty piece. It almost reminds me of Amy Stewart, but less busy. You know, Amy Stewart's can be quite busy, can't they? Okay. What else we got? So Patricia is busy working on her June bug whip, which is Lily Otter. Look at that. So cute. Super cute.
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 Yeah. Looks like a bothy thread style. Ah, Rendale Designs, charted in World of Cross Stitch magazine. That is just too cute, isn't it? Really lovely. Okay, Enid is still busy working on her June bug whip. Turkish sampler, I think it's called. Yeah, coming along, Edith. Enid, where did I get Edith from? I've got my teeth in and all. Peggy, Your Dreams, Jodie Bergsma, Heaven and Earth Design, 1/1, 25 count even weave, finally getting to the pinks in the iris, 35.63%. We'll have a little tingling for that, I think. 35% achieved, aiming for 50% by the end of the year. Super job. And Peggy has shared the mock-up, which I saw this last time and I was like, wow, I would stitch that butterfly. Me, I'd crop it and stitch the butterfly. But yeah, that is a lovely piece. Really pretty. Ooh. Okay, Claire is working on a Disney montage from Etsy. New starts today. Her biggest project so far. Go Claire. Go Claire. New start because it's nothing else other than a Wednesday. I think we might have a ting-a-ling for your biggest one ever. So go Claire, go Claire. You can do it. 743,328 stitches, 18 counts, 2 over 1, and it's huge. So this is the chart that Claire is going to be doing. Having fun. You will certainly have fun with this one. There's so much going on in it, isn't there? Awesome stuff. Okay. Heather is working on Winter Village, and she's done 6,679 out of 225 stitches. 4.98%, 1 over 1 on 20 count. Heather, if you get to 5% on the stream, let me know. And same with UK, if you get to 90% on the stream, let me know. Off to walk the dog before I dive in the shower. Early start tomorrow. The hospital's an hour away. No worries, Michelle. I wish you all the very best, and do let us know. Here's the mock-up for Heather's piece. That is gorgeous. I like that. And we've reached 5%. There we go. Nicely done. Tracy, this piece is almost done. Another one-piece flag for my son's quilt. 98.14%. Wow, not far away then. 11875 out of 1 to 100 stitches, 2 over 1 on 14 count black. Hey Gretchen, not late, you're all good. Tracy, if you finish this on the stream, of course, let me know. Okay. Let's have a look, because I know we've had a couple more notifications. Let's see if we've had any new ones come in. It's not showing. Let me just reopen. That's my Freddo's post.
You and your Freddo's.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I think we are there on the stream thread. Hey, Joyce. You had a ting-a-ling for your page finish. Newest. Come on. Who wants some technology? I'm going to start use this as a frisbee, I think. You know, you said about a new tablet, Andy.
I did.
This is just almost completely. Ah, there we go. It's now working. But it's bounced me off the page. Thanks, and ding, ding, ding for everyone's milestones. Yeah, there's been a few. And if you have a look on the Sew and Tell thread, Joyce, there's some gorgeous stuff on there. Look at this. It's just now taking the absolute pickle, isn't it? Right, this is now messing with me. I'm pretty sure. It just knows. Right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go and have a look at Catherine because she has shared me a post in Messenger. A few more days to 75% on London. She's at 74.37%. And will it swipe or not? There we go. I don't know if I showed that last time or not. It's a beefeater. It's getting worked on. So, looking awesome. Okay. So we're going to have one more bash. Just checking this thread. And I'm going to have a little look down the group as well. So if you are in the group, go and have a look at the events tab and you'll see the pictures that people have put in for June book as well. There are lots and lots of pictures on there and people updating. So yeah, no, that's it. All done on that thread. That's fine. If I was showing all of them, I would definitely be here all night. There's about 70 people who are doing a piece in Junebug. Alice's lioness head is complete. And the lion is starting to appear. So lioness, and so this is when Alice was having the mare with the back stitching on. What else we got? Oh yes, someone knows me. Mandy has feature 3 of the extraordinary birds Salvi now, American barn owl, Pescator's parrot, Eurasian spoonbill, bird of paradise, plant, blue-footed booby, vampire ground finch, hooded pitui, Manchurian grapevine plant, pipe vine swallowtail, butterfly, red warrior, blue-capped ifrit, and a rufous shrink thrush. Do you know what? You wouldn't want to have a beer before selling all of them, would you? Okay. And Andrea is busy adding ladybugs and butterflies to signify tests. Keeping stitching. And somebody was naughty. And I am now the proud owner, after our conversation on the Sunday stream, I am now the proud owner of a long bar for my Lowry.
Yes, that was very surprising, that, wasn't it?
It was. You could have knocked me over with a feather. The poster came and knocked on the door, and I'm like, ooh.
Ooh, what's this?
and I looked at the label and I went, oh my gosh, it's for me. And she's like, she looked at me and I went, I never get parcels. It's normally the girls. And she was like, teenagers. And I'm like, yep. and I'm like, I haven't ordered anything. What is it? Then I took it into the kitchen and I opened it and I was like, oh my God. And, you know, I was really emotional. I had a big, massive lump and I had to go and sit down. And I was like, and then Andy come home and I went, have you seen it? And he went, seen what? And I went, go and have a look on Cooker. And he was like, what's that?
What's that? I didn't recognise what it was.
Yeah. And, you know, and I said to him, it's a long bar for me, Lowry. And he's like, wow. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And at that point, I had no idea who'd sent it to me. But the person concerned has confessed now. Yes. But I had no idea who sent it to me. I was just like, I can't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. But yeah. And somebody was asking on the thread, you know, how do people get my address? Well, people have asked for my address for a variety of reasons. Well, I've got a kit I sent you, or I want you for you to finish off or whatever, or I want to send you a birthday card, a Christmas card, or, you know, whatever. So a few people have got my address and I was like, okay, which one of them is it? And of course, Andy and the girls are in that group as well. And there's nothing to stop people of messaging them and saying, what's your address? And of course, you know, there are people that actually know us in real life as well. And I was absolutely blown away. I really was. So yeah, it made my week, and it was only Tuesday. And the girls were like, ooh. But yeah, I'm just so touched, and it's nice because it means I can sit slightly more comfortably now. Well, a lot more comfortably now, actually, to be fair. And then I've got the small one that I can take for retreats and the long bar that I can keep at home, and it's wonderful. Only Stitch could get excited over a long bar, that's true. But it's the things, isn't it, that make life easier for us, like ball tip needles and that. I mean, look at when ball tip needles were first a thing and people got excited about them, and they did. Just, they were a game changer, weren't they? I don't think I could stitch, well, I can stitch without a ball tip needle, but, you know.
You'd rather not.
I'd rather not. How thoughtful. Yeah, Sandy, absolutely. Kelly, my clients just asked me to check into hotels before they cruise. I need to head out and get to work. No worries at all, Kelly. Thank you so much for popping in. But yeah, and I also, it was quite funny. So you're going to laugh at this, right? You know, if you've watched my floss tube, you'll know at the end of the floss tube, Hannah gave me a packet that came through the post that I thought was my model stitch. It was not my model stitch. It was, as I said, as I showed on the group there, somebody that knows me so well. Of course, some Freddos, and this little needle minder, which I haven't christened yet, but not needle minder, needle threader. But one of the things I was saying is that the eyes of the ball tip needle, I think you can just about see that, are really small. And look how tiny that needle threader is. So that goes through no problem. So, you know, when I'm champing that I can't thread me needle because I'm using a ball tip needle, just remind me I've got this needle threader. I'm going to stick it onto a little magnet, I think, and keep it on my Lowry stand. So thank you very much to the person who sent me those. I'm there thinking it was a model stitch, and it turns out to be chocolate. I love my stitchy friends. You're all so wonderful. Sometimes size matters. Yeah, that's true, Joyce. That's true. Sometimes it does. Especially when it comes to Lowry stands, long bars. Too nice. Yeah, absolutely, Laurie. I'm just chuffed. I mean, like at my birthday when I had Oscar's speeches, I almost feel like that again. Like, would you another Oscar's speech? And everybody's there going, please don't. Okay, I'm sitting down now for you. Hi, everybody.
Lauren. Lauren.
Lauren.
Lauren.
She can't hear. If that pair of socks that you two are throwing at one another hits my streaming software or my camera or whatever, the heads will roll. And your mum is in a sassy mood today.
I want me to listen to it. I won't. I hate listening to my own voice.
Do you not want to see what you've done?
No.
Well, do you want to watch it without the sound?
I'll watch it without the sound.
Well,
there you go.
That sounds pointless because you can't hear yourself.
She doesn't want to hear herself.
That's the point.
Oh, never mind then.
Hey Cheryl, you stitch so fast. Two-handed stitching, and a lot of practice. More than anything. Been stitching two-handed now for probably the thicker end of the last 10 years. It's made a massive difference. And I get lots of people saying, oh, how can you stitch and chat away at the same time? Well, that in part is down to my job, because I work on the phones and I can be very often talking to somebody and typing something completely different whilst looking at two screens. So I'm kind of used to chatting, my eyes and behaving themselves, doing what they should do and directing my hands. But I'm also able to talk to you guys. It's a skills with a Z, as Andy would call them.
That's the skills to pay the bills.
Yeah. I actually saw somebody in work the other day that I haven't seen since before lockdown, because we all went to work from home at lockdown. And this again is quite a funny story. He used to come and ask me if I would, when I worked in the other department before I moved to the one I'm with now, he used to come and say to me, oh, can you do me this job or can you do me that job? And I'd be busy working away and I'd be typing, and I'd just turn around and I'd look at him and I'd be chatting away to him, but I'd still be typing and doing what I'm doing. And he'd be like, you're freaking me out. You know, how can you be typing that and not making a mistake? You know, you're freaking me out. And I'd be like, it's just practice, you know. And he'd be like, and I saw him in work and I was like, oh, hello, how you doing? And we got chatting, and I was with another colleague of mine who didn't know him. I said to her, I says, oh, this is a chap I used to work with at the team, and I used to freak him out by doing this, that, and other. And he'd be like, yeah, oh yeah, she used to do this all the time. I used to think, how is she doing that? Yeah, it used to make him worried that I'd get something wrong, but I never did. Diamond painting done, says Viv. Time for bed. No worries, Viv. You take care of yourself and get better. And fingers crossed, you'll be feeling much more like yourself, a bit more human soon. Thank you very much for joining this evening. Yeah, all right. Ashley's dog's properly knackered after the walk, laid down on the kitchen floor and not budged. I bet they would if you opened the fridge. We had greyhounds, and if we opened the fridge, they were there. You're a woman. We are champion multitaskers, says Kate. I can't disagree with that. Yeah, can't disagree with that. We do tend to do quite well in the multitasking department, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got an itchy eye now. Come on. Hey, Andy, this Saturday I've got no plans at all. I've got nothing I need to do. That's good, isn't it?
You could say that.
It means I can overtime for a little bit, and then I can get a bit of chair-buttitis. Sit and stitch. Can you open the door for Lauren? Lauren? No, she's not heard me. Can you open the door for Kat? She might want to go in the kitchen. Thanks, love.
I'm not quite sure what for. There's nothing in there for her.
The litter box.
Oh, apart from the litter box. Apart from the litter box. I forgot about
Well,
that.
dining room.
I forgot about the litter box.
Multitasking doesn't work for me, says he need to focus on one thing at a time, or my anxiety goes to 100 and I get frazzled. Cheryl says, have you ever tried a stamp kit? Would you ever try? Yes, I've got one actually as a whip, although it's not timeout, it's UFO'd, but not permanently. It's a Christmas kit that I've got. So I have got one, and I do stitch on it from time to time if I need something almost mindless, if you see what I mean. Although it's not truly mindless, is it, when you're stitching on a stamp kit? So yeah, I've got one that's ongoing. Must dig it out actually. Sometimes you can hear a pin drop, and other times the cheese wrapper wouldn't wake her. Really? I had 2 greyhounds that, you know, they could tell, and I've got a cat here. I'm convinced that she can tell the time. Two, three. Nope, now the cat's playing silly devils. Labrador only pays attention to me when I start making dinner. I tried to sneak in the kitchen, but he's 85 pounds and subtle like a heart attack. Me looking at this kit with excitement. Ah, that your Aurora kit? Aurora cabin. It is a beautiful kit, that, Maddie. Yes, I have a stamp kit that I consider mindless stitching. Also says Tracy Albert, black cat perched in a tree, staring at the moon. I did do another stamp kit as well, although I haven't washed it yet. I have got a stamp kit that I finished. It was a tree, I think it was, with a moonrise at the back of it. Quite nice, actually. One of my cats knows exactly the time. I know it. 5:30 rolls around and she's yelling at me. She gets fed at 6. Yeah, Angel is yelling first thing in the morning. Usually when I am sat having my lunch, she realizes that I'm having my lunch and comes down and yells. At 5 o'clock in the evening, you don't want to be within 50 yards of her because the meows, oh my gosh, they are so painful. And then about 9:30 at night. So her feed, we have to split it up over the day. Otherwise, if she eats too much, she gets sick. As in she vomits. So, you know, we just do it little and often. And of course, she's one spoilt putty cat. 4 meals a day. Even though they're all a bit smaller, still. I need to go and get a couple of painkillers, says Patsy. No worries at all, Patsy. You do what you need. Some ibuprofen. If you've got any ibuprofen gel, that might be a thing. Too much painting, Sharon, and unfortunately not the Van Gogh kind. She's been painting a house for an incoming tenant. Because people can't clear up their mess when they leave. So poor old Patsy's got that on her hands at the moment, bless her. As long as it doesn't interfere with the stitching too much, we don't mind. But, you know, it starts to get your hands are painful to stitch. It's not what we want, is it? Yeah, you might find a bit of ibuprofen gel will help, Patsy. Get straight to the nub of the problem straight away, won't it? Rather than waiting for tablets to kick in. Tablets have got to go around your whole body until they find where the pain is. A dot of ibuprofen gel could be just a ticket. Yes, I'm quite enjoying doing this symphony. It's 18 count, which is a nice change, because normally I'm at 20 or 25. So this has been quite nice to do over the last day or so. And like I said, I mean, when you go and look at the symphony Sal, the May Sal, you know, everybody was stitching it in a different way. And that I really love, the uniqueness of everybody's stitching method. It's been fascinating. Okay. I bet the stitches look big. They do actually, Sandy. And it's the same with me, Rivendell Castle. The stitches look really big in that. Because I'm just so used to, you know, the teeny tiny ones. I've got, what else have I got coming up this week? Let me just flick to my YouTube page. Silly computers playing silly devils. Okay. So which cat? This one, the New Start. Envy's coming out for some stitches. Oh, hi, cat. Envy's coming out for some stitches this week. And Sunday I'll be working on Van Gogh the Fellowship, but of course in the live stream it'll be Rivendell. So I'm quite looking forward to Envy coming out. Seems to have been ages since I worked on her. Okay. It seems like stitches for this are going in really fast as well, because it's not such a big piece. Because in a flash I'm almost at 25%. When I filled in these blocks here, this one, this one, this one, this one, that's 25% milestone reached, isn't it? It'll be done within the month, I'm sure. Have you tried 55515? Oh, Patsy, is the pain gene focus on the problem area and keep saying the number and the pain will gradually go? Not heard of that. I sliced my finger open on an aluminium can. A bit of aluminium the other day. My thumb still hurts from when I fell up from my grandson. Getting old sucks. Oh dear. I've only just started counted, say Cheryl. Maybe a Haid should have been my first stitch. Go big or go home. Some Haids can be super big, but they're not the only big full coverage charter out there. There's loads to choose from. I've got a few Gecko Rouge pieces, Tilton, Pain-Free Crafts. I've got an Artisy one, not an Artisy one. Chart and Creations one in my spinny wheel. What else have I got? Country Magic Stitch. and obviously a few heaven and earths as well. So, there's lots of choice out there. Don't pigeonhole yourself to one particular one. Shop around. Cross Stitch for Everyone, Cross Stitch Studio, Chart and Creations, Pain-Free Crafts, Artisy, Tilton, Thread Geeks, who else? There's loads of people that do lots of full coverage. So, there's plenty of choice out there. Dark X Stitch, yep, thank you. Yeah, on her group, she's got some patterns. I'm sure I'm missing out loads. I really am. Golden Kite, that's another one. My Rivendell Castle is from Stitching Masterpieces on Etsy. Etsy's got quite a lot of full coverage designers, but just be careful on Etsy because some of them are not their designs. They have lifted them. So, just be very careful. But yeah, there's plenty of them. Disney Princesses from Etsy. Cross Stitch Collectibles. Yep, thank you, Anna Karen. Loads and loads. Loads. There's enough stitchy designers to keep you going and going and going and going and going. And once you're a fully proud and paid up member of Sable, which is stash acquired beyond life expectancy, then you know that you're definitely a cross-stitch addict. I have about 36 charts currently in my pattern keeper. I'm not working on all 36, but I fully intend for them to be done. I still haven't deleted She Sleeps out, actually. I should do, but I don't know if I can bear to. Feels like I'm zooming along on this bit. Hey, 90%. Nicely done, Kay. That's what I'm worried about. I've told my daughter she needs to make sure my stash goes to someone that will appreciate it when I go. Yep. Trying to get more addicted instead of being addicted to my darn phone, says Ashley. Sometimes I pick up my phone and I can sit there doom scrolling through Facebook and what have you. And I just think I should be sitting. I shake myself out of it. But it's so easy to done. It's so easy done, isn't it? I've told my son the same. If he doesn't, he says, I've said I'm playing with string. Definitely not playing with string. Just get that out of the way. There. Was it your son that was buying a house, Sharon? Have I got that right? Yes, he should exchange this week. Oh, brilliant. Cheryl, are you in my Facebook group? Do you use Facebook? Completion won't be far away then, Sharon, if he's exchanging this week, will it? Fingers crossed it all goes smoothly for him. Won't move out to the decorated it. Kids say they don't know the bond. They're getting so much new stuff. We had everyone's leftovers. Yeah, they haven't got a clue, have they? It's expected walk in the perfect home with a suitcase. Is that kind of what he's looking at? Should complete in a couple of weeks, yeah. Yeah, normally exchanging completion's quite quick, isn't it? I remember when we bought this house, we exchanged and completed on the same day. But we were originally told it would be 6 weeks between exchange and completion. And then the dates just kept the dates just kept getting pushed back and pushed back. We were actually supposed to move in here in October half term, so late October. And it was actually the 14th of December that we moved in. Hannah woke up the following day in a brand new house for her birthday. Yes, I use Facebook. No, not in the group. Just found a channel. I'm glad I did. Oh, that's lovely. So my group is called Simply a Stitcher and Friends. And if you want to go and pop along and join, that'd be wonderful. I don't know how much of the stream that you've seen, but we do a monthly challenge, or well, a monthly stitch along. We do a live stream thread where everybody shows their work. What else do we do in the group? And we celebrate every single milestone.
With one of these.
Yep. They've been on a big spending spree. My conservatory looks like John Lewis's. Is he moving in with his partner? Wife? Significant other? I moved into my flat on 23rd December 2020. Right at the start of second lockdown, getting a carpet fit up was impossible. Yeah. His girlfriend, right. Gotcha. Yeah, we moved in here in 2011. Like I said, it was supposed to be October half term. Ended up being the 14th of December that we moved. I kept having to put back the day that I was handing the keys back to my council house. And annoyingly, we had Sky, and at that point they were doing this hassle-free home move thing. Well, I've never had such a load of old bunkum in all my life, because it was the most hassle I'd ever had trying to move a service. For near enough a month, I was having a constant battle with Sky because they said I had a working phone line and I didn't. And of course, this was before Sky Q and Sky Glass and all the rest of it. We just had like the standard Sky Dish and set-top box. And they told us that we had a working phone line, and I went, nope. And I ended up emailing the chief executive of Sky and getting him involved in it, because I said there was no there was no phone line, and I said I want Openreach at my house, and I want them here within the next. I gave them, I think, 24 hours, and Openreach never turned up. And I went, right, that's it. You can take your service and you can shove it where the sun doesn't shine, and I'll be going to the papers over this. Grovelling phone calls later, half price bill for a year, and a massive bunch of flowers through the post as a saying sorry. I eventually had a man from Openreach here saying, you haven't got a phone line. I went, I know I haven't got a phone line. So, I took on Sky and won. And then a couple of years later, we went to Virgin Media. Because Sky had taken the absolute pee, and I wasn't having it anymore. They raised, not only did, when our discount ran out, not only did they obviously put it back to normal price, which as they should, they added on like another 50% or something daft like that. Whereabouts is the house, Sharon? Is it near you? You saw the house yesterday, looked at carpet, thought they're in reasonable condition and thought they could clean them, but no, they're having all new. Ah, that's Jummins for you though, isn't it? Well, let me put it this way. It was Jeremy Darroch who was the chief executive at the time. I'll remember that name until the day I die. And his poor secretary, after after it was all settled, I had cause to contact her about a week later, and a colleague said she was off sick. Like, I'm not surprised after what I put her through. You know, having an angry Yorkshire woman on the phone to her, you know, pretty much non-stop. It's in Springfield. Oh, yeah, not far, is it, Springfield, from you? Banana. Oh, by the way, if any of you guys watch Saturday's Stitch with me that's coming up this coming Saturday, just be warned. All Hannah does through it is Trump. She is musical in that one. Even Andy was like, oh my God. And I'm like, yep. She's like, trumpety trump, trump, trump.
Right.
Like bloody Nelly the elephant. Off she went with the trumpety trump, 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 trump. Everything okay?
Yeah, I'll show you in a minute.
Right.
Wait for it.
She's come down and said morning, and then as she walked across the living room, she trumped. Well, that's to look forward to, yeah. I've never known so much trumping come out of a young'un.
What?
I have sent you. Do you want to see it now or later?
I'll look at it later.
It's
Thank you.
terrible, but it is funny, but it's
Do you
terrible.
want to see? You should be able to.
It's a proper dad joke, which is
All right. Okay.
Partly why we showed it, yeah. Because there's nothing you enjoy more than dad jokes.
I thought it was you and you're just blaming her. No, my stomach was rumbling. She was doing the tooting, weren't you, Hannah? This morning.
Yeah.
Yes. See, if she admits it, she's bloody proud, Nit.
I do everything.
Yeah, you're that in, weren't you? Classy bird, my daughter.
I am very classy. I'm older than you.
She's sharing and blowing kisses. If that's the kisses that she's blowing, no thank you.
You get it.
Oh,
Funny that, isn't it? It makes more sense when you get to the last bit. Exactly.
she was adding ambience. Yeah, and a green cloud and all. Yeah, see, there you go. She said it herself. There's a green cloud normally following her. I said to her, I bet you don't do that at work. She went, I do, but I make sure there's nobody about. Bloody red hot, isn't she? My brother-in-law used to call his farts Barry Mouse.
What?
Barry Mouse.
Barry Mouse?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I think Hannah's going to call hers bloody Roaring Lions.
Well, they sound like roaring lions.
Yeah, same, Maddie. I can get loads done. That's why I'm looking forward to doing Ember this week, because it's lots of green. And of course, because I'm doing more than 100 stitches a day now, I can go across more than one square at a time. Oh, ay. Oh, I'm tired tonight. Especially after today, all I've done is talk on Zoom all day. And it's exhausting.
Where would the modern world be without Zoom?
I don't know. I mean, the Zoom has really saved the office, since the pandemic, hasn't it? I'd never heard of Zoom until lockdown.
I hadn't. I had no idea what it was.
Nope.
And I've only ever used it once.
Yeah, for a media interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm on it all flipping time.
I know. I genuinely wouldn't know how to work it if you put it in front of me right now.
Dead easy.
Because, well, it might be dead easy, but I genuinely don't know, because like I said, I've only used it once and you showed me what to do, but I've forgotten since. It was ages back.
I think it's easy for me because our company's Zoom is like all internal, so all I need to do is search somebody's name. As long as they've got a Microsoft account linked to the company account, in HR and what have you, then you can just search the name, click on it, and send them an invite into a call. Or you can set it up via Microsoft Office, which is great. But I think, when you're using it domestically, it's slightly different. You have to have like a code and a passkey and stuff, which is a bit more awkward.
Just use Google Meet, it's easier.
Yeah, I know, but we're talking about Zoom.
Yeah. And I'm saying use Google Meet, it's a lot easier.
Well, yeah, but
Let's go look at
our place, we won't use Google Meet. We're more likely to use Microsoft Teams, but we use Zoom.
What's Google Meet? I've never heard of that.
It's the same kind of thing.
pretty much the same kind of thing. I used it in lockdown when I had to have online lessons.
The most used sentence during lockdown. Can you hear me now? That's true. It's like Teams. We never really used that before lockdown. Then it became our lifeline. Yeah.
Going all Phoenix Nights. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Or Ali G, hear me now.
Hear me now.
Respect. Hi.
I just tuned into.
I don't know, but it's funny. It's not respect, it's Restepka.
Have you read our manifesto? It was very useful. Or you're on mute. Yes, that's true. That's true. Kay's was excuse the cat's bum. Do you know what? I remember seeing some memes or videos or whatever of people who'd gone into the office and were told to come in to the office exactly how they would be at home. and you know the people there in like suit, shirt and tie and suit jacket, and then pajama bottoms and fluffy slippers. You know, that kind of thing.
How would they know?
Well, that's it. You see, I can remember going on a course during lockdown on Zoom, and the lady said, "Oh, I'm so and so, and I am, well, however tall she was, you know, 5'6" or whatever." Because you don't get to see how tall people are on Zoom. All you get to see is head and shoulders. You've got no idea if they're tall, short, fat, thin, you know.
Hey, you can't say fat.
I can, because nobody could tell if I were bloody fat. Well, they could, but I just blamed it at £10 on television. But you know, you couldn't tell, you know, what size people were, or how tall they were, or anything like that.
Oh dear.
And then I can remember when I went for my interdepartment interview, when I was looking at moving, and I was on Zoom for that, you know, and I said, you know, I'm obviously, you know, we're not face to face, but we're doing this via Zoom. And you know, she says, "Have you got any questions?" I went, "Yes. How tall are you?" Because I never get to see people in real life, and I want to have in my mind's eye know how tall you are. So, you know,
I
she
don't know
went,
why that's important.
because, you know, if you ever run into them in the office, you might be either like that or
Looking
like
up,
that.
yeah. Looking up or looking down, yeah.
Yeah. That's why if I Zoom, I warn people there's a dog, he's big and he'll want to be on camera. Yeah. Occasionally the cat, well, she doesn't so much do it now, but she used to come up quite a lot when I was on Zoom. And always, right, because my office is in I've got a dining kitchen, and my office is in the dining room part, and that's where her litter box is. And you could guarantee that if I was on a Zoom call and it was usually an important Zoom call, the cat would drop a stinky poo. I found that the same with floss tube when I met people at retreats. Yes, it's hard, isn't it? You know, to have the perception, because, you know, there's so much that you can't tell about somebody. I actually didn't realise until a few videos ago that Elle, the Keystone Stitcher, is actually a wheelchair user. I had no. I think she's. Can you just go and chuck some litter in? I think she's probably had a number 2.
Or she's got the zoomies, or both.
Yeah. You know, normally she zooms off when she's had a stinky poo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that Elle, the Keystone Stitcher, was a wheelchair user. I didn't realise. I've obviously seen the headrest behind her.
If you want me to do it, you can wait.
But it looked like a gaming chair.
Do you mind?
There we go.
I'm doing my shares.
I'm going to start saying I'm 5'4" in my intro. I'm 5'7.5", and approximately a size 12. I'm usually found to be wearing leggings and trainers, unless I'm in my gym jams. You've been watching me quite intently. Do you want to have a go at some point again?
Maybe.
Go with what?
Stitching.
Lauren can stitch.
No,
You can.
not cross stitch.
You can.
No.
She needs a bit more lessons. I'm going to start saying I'm 5'4" in my intro. I'm 5'4" over here, says Maddie. Yep. But yeah, you can't tell on a picture if somebody's got mobility problems, or, you know, if they, I don't know, walk with a stoop, or if they you know, carrying a few extra pounds, or like I said, are a wheelchair user or anything like that. You just can't tell, can you?
Or if they've got like a prosthetic leg.
Well, yes, absolutely, Lauren. Yeah. Or, you know, like there's a lady who I see at retreat quite often who uses crutches. She's not a floss tuber, but, you know, I would know that somebody on floss tube doesn't. I hope you'll wear a red rose when we see you at the retreat next year. I'll put one behind my ear. Challenge accepted. Oh, speaking of retreat, Big Stitch. For those of us that had tickets last year, tickets are going on sale on 14th of June. So I should be nabbing that.
Oh, Lauren, why do you want me to do it?
I don't think she could bear it. Yeah. I think, do you still need Andy to do it?
Done it, I think.
Or have you done it?
Done it.
Basically done it.
Oh,
Okay.
fair enough. I was going to do it. I was just doing this first.
Yes, the cat has stinky paws, but doesn't like to cover them up. Okay, Joyce has just reached 50%. Nicely done, Joyce. Nicely done.
Nicely done.
Happy days. Happy days are here again.
Why did I know you were going to do that? I just I don't know. It's like a little...
You've cracked on with that, Joyce. When did you start it? Oh, excuse me. It's because we're in tune.
In tune.
Yeah, me and you are in tune.
In tune. I randomly found that at the back of the pantry earlier. Can of cider's probably been in there for God knows how long. I'm drinking it, so.
Probably one that Grandad bought.
Well, yeah, it is. It's the kind of it come from Aldi. We haven't shopped at Aldi for years.
Yeah, Grandad's then. Or one from Grandad.
It still tastes alright.
As long as it tastes alright, that's the main thing.
Yeah. To see how long that was. March 24th. Wow. Still covers both his and Charlie's. Yeah, the cat doesn't. She likes to try and scratch the radiator off the wall instead.
I've only just realised how much damage the cat has done to this sofa.
Oh yeah, well,
I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's not as if the sofa was brand new. We got it free off our parents. My parents, I mean.
oh my goodness, what on earth's going on there?
What? What's that?
Oh,
I have no idea. It's not the same on there though.
no.
Just Nikki's phone's just doing something strange.
My phone's just doing something crazy.
You guys can't see it because I can see the YouTube thing and it's not affected.
It's glitching out.
It is glitching out in a big way.
Well, as long as it's still recording that, you're fine. Because that's perfect. That's crystal
We
clear
are
picture,
actually
that.
done. So it is 9:30. So it's time for me to fly. I've done about 400 stitches. So I'm going to end this stream. Wow, that's really quite something. You can see, disco, you can all see it. Right, okay. So I'm going to end this stream, considering that something is going on. And I will see you guys on Sunday, all being well. You take care, everyone. Happy stitching. Bye for now.